Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I wanted to very quickly, or at least try to very quickly, show you 4 little journals that are similar to the prayer journals. Well, they're made exactly like the prayer journals. The reason I say similar is because these are prayer journals slash ephemera journals. I have 4 of these. The 4 journals are all different. Each one comes with a little ephemera pack. So what I'm going to do is show you one of the packages first. The packages are very, very similar. They're exactly the same except for a couple of items that are unique, and that's the way ephemera goes sometimes. Each one has a vintage Easter card. We're coming up on Easter, and I am working on the next image zine. I hope to have that out a lot earlier than I did the last one. So all of these cards are different. Each one has a card from a box of, these are love slash relationship cards, but there were some that could be applied to any relationship or friendship. And I do love these. This one happens to have a Bible verse. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could move mountains and have not love, I am nothing. These are pretty cards. It says poetry here. Each one has one of these tags. Each one has one of the tags that has the fox on it. Each one has a playing card with a flower on it from Shakespeare's work. This is a Christmas card, yes, but I fell in love with these. I'm working on a bear journal. I know I mentioned that long ago, maybe even last year, and I do hope to share that soon and tell you about why I'm making the bear journal. This image is just so beautiful though. I put one of these in each pack. Each one has a postcard of a church or a cathedral. This one has the Cathedral Church of St. Mary in Edinburgh. Each one has an old postcard with an ad. Well, I'm not sure how old the postcards are. I think it's a reproduction, actually 1985, and it's a reproduction of something even older. Each one has two, I think, sheets of this really nice vellum. And each one has a couple of CD envelopes, and each one has a piece of this wrapping paper with a pretty kitchen herbal type imagery on it. So let me put all this back in a stack. Each one has a wooden, I'll call it a card, a wooden tag or whatever, that has a length of 2 different colors of hemp cord. So this one's got black and green. A couple of them have red and white. All of the ephemera packs are the same, except the bonus Easter card will vary. Of course, the vintage postcards will vary, and the playing cards will have a different flower on each one. With that, let me show you the 4 journals that I have. So the first one is a mushroom cover. It's got some vintage fabric. It looks kind of 70s to me. I remember these colors, and you can see my stamp on the back. There's a large button on the front, and these are full of ephemera and the Bible cards. So we have one of the little gratitude Bible cards. There are 3 butterfly playing cards in the front. These are so pretty. Each one has an old card, carte de visite, I believe these are called. That's a French word or French words, and these are from anywhere from like the 1860s to later on in the 1800s. So each one has one of those, another playing card. Now the ephemera throughout these, you have, they're all made the same. The pictures will vary, of course, because they're one of a kind. Here are more beautiful playing cards and the little Bible cards. Have the owls, and you can see the pretty fabric. There's a piece of that crushed velvet type fabric in each one. another Bible card, and each one has a little piece of Bible ephemera. This one happens to have a little card that says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." There are a couple of playing cards with the Gerber baby, and I love these old playing cards. These old lamps, and there's one with a different color scheme, and there's a clear envelope. I think this is a, what is this called? Not vellum. I can't think of what that's called. It's more feels more like waxed paper, although it's not really waxy, if that even makes sense. There is a playing card that looks handmade. This seemed to be sort of the hallmark card, and the others are a little bit different. They're all made from this beautiful paper. There's an old receipt in each one, probably from the 70s, that has not been filled out. Each one has one of these vintage cards from an old maid game, and then each one has one of these pretty playing cards, and a few birds from some pretty wrapping paper. These are pretty to collage onto book pages if you're making a journal or a book. And then each one has a little piece of fabric with music, and then another piece of fabric. This one happens to have a butterfly and a bird's nest on the other side. It's cold this morning. That's why I have my gloves on and my coat. It's warming up out here, but it is about 40 degrees and we're supposed to get snow. There is a little piece of fabric that has the cow jumping over the moon. Each one has one of these little, like a keyhole plate, and you could figure out a way to attach that. Maybe I will work with one of these to show you how I would do it. Then in the back, one of my cards and a couple, or let's see, 3 library cards. That is the first one. I'm going to go more quickly through the subsequent journals because the ephemera is pretty much the same. It's the journals that are different. This one has the ticking on the front, a seed pack image. Oh, and there are beads on each one. Pretty glass beads for the most part. That one has an owl. This one has more blue in it. Pretty metal button on the front. And then let's just flip through and show you the fabric. Again, there's the old photo, a little safety pin, the cards, the Bible cards, little lace pieces. So that has a quilt piece in it. And we have these little cards here. And each one has, I think I missed this in the flip through, they each have some of these little pink flowers. That was hiding there. I need to go back and catch that and show you. The next one has this blue sort of cord or ribbon. It also has an owl. It's got blue and yellow. There's a vintage Holly Hobby image from some fabric. Again, the ephemera is going to be the same. Look at that old photograph. The safety pin, more ephemera. And remember that you can store whatever you would like to in these. I didn't want to overfill it because I didn't want to stress the fabric too much. But you can use this to keep your Bible ephemera, little notes, things that you want to remember, tiny quotes. I call these little journals tiny places for big thoughts. There's one of the playing cards there. So I just love the fabric. Here you have a couple of pieces of fabric, a little bit different in that one. And instead of the cow jumping over the moon, you have elephant fabric. This one has the pretty rooster on the front, the large pink button. Again, you have one of these old photographs. Each one has a beautiful old photograph of a woman from the 1800s. Wouldn't you love to know about their lives and what happened to them, how they lived, if they were women of faith or great accomplishment or tragedy or just, moving? Were they part of the movement of people who went out west? It's just so interesting. Again, we have the cards, So all of the ephemera, this is a string on my gloves, all of the ephemera is the same unless it's a one of a kind. You're still getting the same things, it's just that the images might vary. I'm mostly flipping through here to show you the fabric. I love that this one is really bright, a lot of golds and oranges. I love the little leaves and circles on this fabric. You can see the ephemera throughout. This one has the fabric. That one has a piece with one of the little holly hobby images, the cow jumping over the moon, and just the same. It's built the same as all the others. So that is that. They're going into the shop right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you really soon. Bye for now.